Lead in, 1, 2, 3. Welcome to the Starting Over podcast training series. I am your host, Edward Shelton, aka Dark Logos. And in this episode, we will be looking at enhancement. When an adjacent friendly character makes a ranged combat attack, this character modifies the adjacent friendly character's damage value by +1. That's the wording for enhancement. This power is one of those powers that can do a lot in the right hands, but requires placement, finesse, and a lot more concentration than any other support power that is out there. And I do use support as a figure that is able to modify or help or assist other figures on the team. Okay, so let's look at enhancement, what it can do, and why you should play it. With enhancement, just being able to sit an enhancement figure down next to 3 or 4 adjacent shooters who have varying degrees of range, varying degrees of damage, just by placing them there and not giving a power action or a free action, just by sitting there, you are now have modified all of those shooters' ranged attack damage by 1. Even more so, if you're able to somehow get 2 or 3 figures with enhancement on the team, you're able to stack that effect up to the rule of 3. So if you maneuver your ranged combat attacks properly in tandem with the movement of your enhancement figures, you could give 2, 3, or even 4 figures +2 or 3 damage, depending on how many enhancement figures you have on your team. This can really turn the tide of battle because all of a sudden placement is what's winning and allowing you to win, more so than just pure stats and general tactics. All right, so with enhancement, what are we looking for? Well, first off, I would say you want a team ability that allows you to free move. So Avengers team ability is very nice. Or you want a taxi that can free move and that figure being grounded so that you can carry that figure around. Another option that you might want to consider is a vehicle that will be able to carry that figure with enhancement from place to place. The next element that you might want to consider with enhancement is pairing that figure either with willpower or super senses or defend. Defend will allow your enhancer to add another level of support just by sitting there if you're able to get that. Okay, so enhancement, you're going to be really awesome with shield team ability, because shield team ability will allow you to do another power action and a free action so that you can either increase your range by 1, the free action, or increase your damage again by 1, the power action. So the overall benefit of a shield figure with enhancement is ridiculously strong. So that's something to consider. Okay, the biggest thing that I want you to get out of enhancement is who are you pairing your enhancer with? Enhancement doesn't do any good for you if you're dealing with very small ranges, 4 or 5 ranges. But if you have a lot of 7 ranges or higher, then all of a sudden enhancement can be just remarkable. And then not only that, you can consider that your figure with enhancement, if they're just sitting there, they also can take a power action either to move, to attack, to retreat, or to use some other effect that they have on the dial. So just sort of take all those things into consideration. So what are we going to be doing for our training? Really easily. The thing that we are going to do is we're going to play 2 games, and we are going to have 2 enhancers, whatever enhancers that you want, and then the rest of our team is going to be range pieces with variable damage values. We want to have at least 1 figure on the team with 2 damage, and we want another figure with range combat expert. Why 2 damage? Why range combat expert? I want you to see with multiple enhancers how powerful that 2 damage figure can be. And then I also want you to see, by just placing that enhancement figure next to the range combat expert figure, all of a sudden you're able to do max damage. Okay, consider sharpshooters for your ranged attackers, and if need be, go look at the video on Range Combat Expert or Psychic Blast, both of which will do you a lot of good. And really sort of to wrap everything up in a nice bow just to help you in your training exercise. If you're having problems just getting all of your enhancement figures around, consider picking up a figure with the Green Lantern team ability just so that you can pick up multiple enhancement figures at once, okay? All right, that's pretty much it, and I will see you in the next episode.